Hi everyone, a steel test today. We are doing Super Gold powder steel. This is a steel that Fallkniven use in their small folders and also in their premium range of knives. I'm not sure if it's the same as 3G. It's labelled differently, and Fallkniven use both 3G and SGPS labels for various steels. I will look it up on the Steel app and see what it has to say. Alright, quite simply it says Fallkniven uses SG2 under the SGPS name, so let's look at SG2. Used by Shun Fallkniven, working hardness of up to 64 HRC, quite popular high-end alloy. Okay, so apparently it's also known as R2, so we'll look at that steel. I'm following a chain of steels. Okay, R2, also known as SG2, which is also known as SGPS. Working hardness, same sort of information. Looks like it's got a pretty balanced bunch of everything really. Carbon 1.45, lots of vanadium, a lot of chromium probably to balance out that carbon. All sorts of stuff, molybdenum, manganese, bits of sulfur and stuff. Okay, so I was falling asleep while I was reading all that stuff. Anyway, it's a pretty high-end steel, and you find it in small amounts for fairly high costs. So that's probably just as effective at judging where it's going to sit, maybe. I would expect somewhere at least in the S30V-ish level of retention. Testing rules as usual. I've put a work sharp convex edge on this Fallkniven U2 pocket knife, which I've gone and bought another one of because I did miss it, and because I had this knife ages ago and missed it. This knife is convex ground, but it does come with a V bevel, so now I've added the micro convex on the edge as well, and yeah, it came pretty sharp, but I think it's hair shaving sharp right now. The test will stop when the knife no longer slices paper, which it's doing very well now. And we cut the same twisted sisal rope as always, and we're just going to keep cutting until the knife no longer slices paper. So let's get into it. Oh, 291. That's much further than I expected it to go. That's above like the obvious basic powder steels by about 100. I think that's even above S110V, which was on a Spyderco Manix 2, which is also like a good slicey knife. So that's a very, very good steel. I mean, you pay a lot for it. This is like, remember, this is like $120 Australian for a piece of plastic, and then a piece of this steel, which is 2.5 inches long. So you do pay for it, but yeah, wow. I'm surprised. Maybe they just don't sell much of it to the cutlery crowd or something. I'm not sure. I think you need to laminate it, so I guess it's a bit more expense involved. But yeah, it's a steel you don't see too often outside of Fallkniven's knives, and I think like kitchen knives and stuff. So interesting stuff. 291 cuts is very good numbers indeed. That's almost in the top 5, I think. So yeah, very good. Approaching like a ZDP kind of steel. So very, very impressive stuff. And you know what? It's still not super dull. Like, I probably could have pushed it through and made it cut paper, but it's supposed to cut it reliably without, trying to get the stiffness just right or anything like that. So this is good stuff. Absolutely. And I think this is the best application for the super steels, for the really high edge retaining steels, in my opinion, is the small knives, because you've got less edge to use. So Like I think the best place to put ZDP or gold, super gold powder steel like this in knives like Dragonflies and U2s and stuff like that, because you think about it, there's less edge that's going to be doing more, you know, centimeters of cutting in its lifetime. So makes sense to me. So this is good stuff, and I like it a whole lot. I knew when I had my old U2 that this was good steel, and I'm glad to have quantified it because it always felt good, and now I can pretty much confirm that at least against fibrous sisal rope with a work sharp 20-degree convex edge, cuts like crazy. Thanks for watching, dudes. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.